Hello people! Today I will be talking about the Gnome cinematic universe, the ceramic universe as one genius might call it. Actually, can I call it a universe? Isn't there only like 2 movies? Nevertheless, it's weird that it happened twice. But yeah, today I'll be talking about the childhood classic movie, Romeo and Juliet. But before we dive in, I wanted to say welcome to my first video. I'm assuming a lot of you are coming from the Blissful Studios channel that I have with some of my friends, and I think my brother's on there sometimes. But this is the first video by myself, where I'll be shooting from my own hand. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm going to be talking mainly in like movie quotes, because that's my main form of communication. Obviously when the carrier pigeon's not around. That's such a stupid joke. I'm sorry. I thought of that joke and I still said it. But yeah, let's just dive in to Romeo and Juliet. I watched this movie when I was a wee lass for the first time at a friend's house. And then I hadn't seen it since, just a little bit ago when my friend ditched me to hang out with her boyfriend. But she said the movie that they ended up watching sucked, so who's the real winner here? The girl who watched a terrible movie with her boyfriend, or the girl who watched an average movie by herself? You decide. Romeo and Juliet, it's one of those movies that you watch when you're little and then you don't remember if it was real or like a fever dream. But I'm here to tell you that it was real. It was in fact real. Romeo and Juliet came out in 2011 based off the beloved Shakespeare play Hamlet. Now, I'm just kidding. After extensive research, Sherlock Gnomes style, I have discovered it is based off of Romeo and Juliet. The most perfect, wholesome love story to be made into a kids' movie. At the beginning of this movie, it shows the rivalry between the Democrats and Republicans. The Blues and the Reds. They are garden gnomes from 2 neighboring yards, and they seemingly hate each other because the homeowners hate each other. And the homeowners ate each other? Yes, there's cannibalism in this movie. Good job, Kendall. They are garden gnomes from neighboring yards, and they seemingly hate each other because the homeowners hate each other. And the homeowners hate each other because plot. Right off the bat, we get probably my favorite joke in the whole movie.
The proper word is insinuating. Illiterate.
I am not illiterate. My parents were married.
We meet Juliet, voiced by Emily Blunt. I mean, the amount of A-list actors and actresses they got in this movie, actually astounding. I mean, Alfred, McGonagall, both Professor X's. Oh my gosh. I bet the gnomes were mutants. I think I've just actually figured this out. Oh my gosh, I wonder if we'll see them in Doomsday. So anyway, Juliet sees this fancy flower atop like a greenhouse far off in the distance, okay? She's like, that flower, that is gonna be the thing that puts Blue's garden to shame. As if the Blues weren't already doing a bang-up job of that all by themselves. But Juliet's dad, the leader of the Reds, he is like super overprotective and he doesn't let Juliet go anywhere. He basically just wants her to stand on top of this tower all day and all night without moving. Just top-notch parenting. And then Romeo over here is partaking in a lawnmower race against a red gnome named Tybalt, I think. Okay, funny story. I watched this entire movie and I thought his name was Tibbles the whole time. I thought they were saying Tibbles this, Tibble that, okay? And then when looking up the cast for this video, I discovered that his name is actually Tybalt or Tybalt. I don't know. But anyway, all you need to know about Tibbles is he sucks. So, moving on. After the race, Tibbles like kicks this other blue garden gnome named Benny, and so that night Romeo and Benny plan to retaliate by sneaking into Red's garden and vandalizing it. So these poor homeowners. And while the Blue Man group is doing that, Juliet is planning to go out that night to get the Cupid's arrow orchid, you know, that flower I was talking about that's gonna make her hair glow when she sings. So Romeo and Benny get spotted while they're doing their graffitiing, but they're able to escape in time. And this is where Romeo spots Juliet. And Romeo's all like, ah. And And Juliet's in a sock, mind you, so that's real rough. They both get to the flower and they start like flirting while fighting and almost killing each other. It's really cute. And then they fall into some water and their disguises float away and they realize what they truly are, primary colors. You know, Juliet runs away and they're confused and love-struck. And then in like the next scene, we see the neighbor sees like the graffiti that's on his garden and he blames the other neighbor for it. But then we see the gnomes clean it up. So like, does the neighbor know about the gnomes? Who does he think cleaned it up? I don't know. Can you believe that this kid's movie has plot holes? So eventually, Gnomeo and Juliet are able to meet in secret, and that's where they run into a plastic flamingo. Juliet, like, mows a lawn, which is just the worst first date idea I could possibly think of, but to each their own, I guess. When Gnomeo gets back from their date, he sees that the Blues' precious flowers that are growing out of their yard toilet, their privy, their lawn loo, it has been destroyed by, you guessed it, the Reds. So now Gnomeo is in a bit of a predicament because the Blues want him to go and get payback on the Reds, but his heart has grown 3 sizes since meeting Juliet, and he doesn't really want her to get hurt. So he's pressured into going into the Reds' yard with this paintball gun. He sees Juliet, and Juliet gives him this look like, how could you? But honestly, like, does she not know that the Red guys just destroyed the Blues' loo? Like, kind of hypocritical, Juliet. So Gnomeo runs back without vandalizing anything because he feels bad now. Gnomeo and Juliet meet again, and they argue about the whole thing. Then the flamingo stops them and reminds them of the true meaning of Christmas. Now, he actually tells them like the saddest backstory you've ever heard, so get ready for that. I need animated kids movies to bring back these mid-movie sad flashbacks with mellow pop music playing in the background where we find out how depressing, you know, one of the side characters' lives was. I need that. It's so sad. Okay, for no reason. This is a movie about garden, no. So we see that the flamingo once had a flaminga. They were in the yard of this house of this married couple, and we see the story of the couple getting married and the flamingos being in love. And then, you know, through the sad montage, we see the couple through like the window of the house argue and then split up, and then the wife takes one of the flamingos out of the yard and leaves, and then he is left there and he gets thrown into the shed, and that's how he's stuck in the shed of this abandoned house. So Gnomeo and Juliet realize that they shouldn't let other people's hate destroy their love that they found yesterday. But then Benny, the little blue gnome, spots them, like about to kiss, and he's like, ew, gross, and he gets out of there. They go running after him, especially Gnomeo. He's gotta be like, let me explain. But Tibbles finds Benny first, and while on his mower, he decapitates him, okay? And by that, I mean he cuts off his cap, his hat. So Gnomeo is really angry now. He starts fighting Tibbles while they're on the lawnmower, speeding down the alley, and Gnomeo tries to warn Tibbles about the wall coming up, but the fight ends with Gnomeo jumping off the mower and Tibbles just being smashed into the wall, which, hats off to this kids movie for showing some depth, okay? I was actually shocked when I watched this. When I watched the scene and I saw like the dust clear and his like remains, it's broken glass, but like I was like, oh. So now all the Reds are calling for, you know, a gnome for a gnome. So Gnomeo has to get out of there, or else he's gonna end up like poor Tibbles. Actually, I don't feel very sorry for him. He was really rude and terracotta. So Gnomeo gets chased into the street and gets hit by a car, Regina George style. But spoiler alert, Romeo's not dead. The car actually ran over a teapot, and he ended up just like holding on to the car. You might be asking yourself, how does that happen? I couldn't tell you, and I don't think the writers could either. So Juliet is now glued to the top of her tower, which again, this Red King should just write a book on parenting because I think he's got it figured out. So Benny still wants revenge for Gnomeo and probably more so his hat. So he goes into the neighbor's, like his homeowner's house, and on her computer, he orders this ultimate lawnmower called the Terraforminator, okay, which to me, it sounds like Dr. Doofenshmirtz is actually the one behind all this, but that's just a theory. So then Flamingo finds Gnomeo, and they have to run back to save Juliet, okay, because she's stuck on that tower. And then Benny, the lawnmower arrives, and he starts it, but he quickly loses control, and it starts wrecking both lawns. Just a complete mess. So I'm thinking his brain was probably in that hat of his. Then a full-blown war breaks out, like it's the Montagues and the Capulets or something. So the lawnmower is now target locked on Juliet, right? Because this lawnmower was also designed to shoot people. I don't understand this movie. So the bad news is Gnomeo is not able to get Juliet unstuck. And again, great job, Dad. And they just decide to die together. They decide Katniss and Peeta. Oh, I wonder if that's who these two are based off of. So the lawnmower crashes into the tower, and there's this big explosion. So now everybody's all sad, and the blue and red leaders think they've lost their child. Did I mention that Romeo is the son of the blues leader? I do not care. They decide to take responsibility for their actions and end the feud. But then, you know, no, Romeo and Juliet arise from the ashes anyway, so not a chip on their shoulder. So which is disappointing, because that's not how the play ended. So why do we keep doing Romeo and Juliet if we're just gonna go off script? So the movie ends with the neighbors coming home and screaming. I mean, I would too if I saw two garden gnomes making out. Get a yard. So yeah, that's the childhood movie Romeo and Juliet that you probably forgot about. I think overall this was a fun movie with great music that was short and enjoyable, and that didn't make you think at all. I mean, in fact, this movie is counting on you not to think, actually. And it gave me a few good chuckles. So you're welcome. Is that how you end a YouTube video? You're welcome that I am here, that I did this for you. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, then you can like and subscribe if you'd like. I said like too many times than that. I'm sorry. Stupid.